I guess it's supposed to be the year of the clowns, and can't wait to see a bunch of people dressed as either Pennywise, the Joker, or themselves another year in a row. Hey there, it's Blazer, and today we're going to be talking about the latest Joker trailer, with the film set to be released October 4th of this year. With a little over a month till its official release, Warner Brothers decided by the grace of Hugh Jackman to finally give us a final preview, and I'm foaming at the mouth. I claim this to be the dawn of my anticipated films video, and with good reason, mainly because I love spooky season 1, and psychological thrillers are my bread and butter. On top of that, despite his unkillable appearance in certain media, he is one of the most highly acclaimed villains within the DC arena, and probably one of my favorites as well. One thing I already like about the film is that there are only 2 trailers, okay? It doesn't need 14 billion other trailers from 6 different channels to tell me and convince me whether or not to go see this film. That's it. That's all you need, okay? Just cool it. And if there's one thing that we can agree on about the DCEU is that they're pretty good at selling tickets, and no matter how you feel about the franchise, this trailer is no different. So let's get right into the details of the trailer. So this film is set in a flashback of Gotham's 80s roots, which I'd talk about the whole 80s pandering thing if I wasn't biased. The trailer introduces us to a scene with Arthur on a bus, and he's entertaining a kid, and it's such an innocent and fun little moment until the mom goes,
"Can you please stop bothering my kid?"
Leave Arthur alone. I love it when a trailer is able to tell me everything I need to know about a character within the first 10 seconds. But in that moment, you can see that Arthur comes from a very pure and wholesome place and relates more to being a kid than being an adult in his life, and you can see how poorly he navigates that lifestyle. In the next scene, Arthur's talking with his therapist, and it's probably one of the most hard-hitting scenes that you'll see in the film. You get a little glimpse of his mental psyche, and Jesus Christ. He sees this as a repetitive routine where talking gets him absolutely nowhere since no one's really listening to him. And at the end of the day, those negative thoughts are still embedded in his mind, and nothing throughout his life gets better from his perspective. Then the trailer shows him getting attacked and spat on and slapped and punched and just basically everything that makes you feel for him and hate society. I mean, I knew the Waynes would be implemented in the story somehow or some way, but like Thomas Wayne just socked him right in the nasal cavity, and I was like, oh my gosh, where was this fighting technique when you were getting robbed? But the trailer just paints Arthur as this broken human being who's lost his identity and his confidence. And the scene where he's laughing down this corridor, it's absolutely eerie, and it's not a normal laugh, it's just a what the Brendan Fraser? It's meant to be a disingenuous laugh, and it's as if he's mocking something the way society mocks him. And you can see throughout the trailer that he emulates the things that he sees, and since nobody likes who he really is, he tries to create a new identity. In a very strange and eerie way, the Joker is empowering to him, mainly because it's a new identity, and I don't like the fact that they introduced it in this trailer. I thought it would have been better if they held off until the movie, and I could have had that oh crap moment where he said his name or the title of the movie, but it's the title of the movie, so like there's no surprise factor there. But Joker is originally a stage name. Now I don't know if it's like a stage name for him as Arthur or just another persona that he developed as a new comedian, but he uses it as a way to get onto the stage, and introducing him is the good fella, the Don, the capo, the dirty grandpa Robert De Niro, who seems to be the sort of driving force for Arthur to become this villain, or the Joker, and maybe possibly pushes him towards crime. I'm assuming Arthur Curry as Joker talks about a lot of polarizing issues, topics that starts causing riots and things and inciting violence within people. Because in a way, the Joker is not only empowering for Arthur Fleck, but he's sort of the symbol for the little people in Gotham. He's their 80s Batman. I'm assuming he's the first clown and the one that created the whole clown concept when doing crime, because like why would anyone wear a clown mask to just do crime? Like it doesn't make sense, just wear a ski mask. But I'm assuming he's the leader, and you know, he's the ultimate clown supreme. But either leader or follower, you see Arthur Fleck in the sea of a crowd of people that are chanting and rioting and inciting violence against the big man, the higher-ups. And he's just enjoying his time in the spotlight and the attention, and that people are finally listening. He's able to have an effect on people and have their attention. But all in all, He's accepted. He accepts himself as the joke, and the trailer emulates that by playing the score.
Send in the clown.
It's sort of his triumph theme. Even in his profession as a comedian, there's a spotlight on him, which I thought it was a very interesting detail about the Joker. Because compared to the ideologies of the Joker from the Christopher Nolan era, it was always about chaos just for the sake of chaos, you know? Watching the world burn, and now we get to see the mentality of the guy who wants to watch the world burn before he gets a chance to play God. Side note, the Joker, or Arthur Fleck, has a relationship with a girl named Sophie Desmond, and I wasn't gonna talk about it, but at the same time, it's sort of like a weird thing you see within the trailer. You don't really think about Joker having any specific, personal relationship. Even though in one of the Joker's timeline, he was a failing comedian, but he also had a wife and a kid. I also want to clarify that the film may adapt certain details from the Joker's many origin stories, but it's its own separate entity as a movie. Either way, I think both comic and film fans are going to love this movie and appreciate it for what it is. But it was definitely something that caught my attention. But going in, like all other movies, I have my concerns. I don't want to go into this film and them releasing it and having one hand tied behind their back. Like, I don't want them to hold back, which is some of the issues that I had with it. And I feel like any last minute editing could ruin the film's steam. But in general, I have high hopes for this film and I'm excited to see it in theaters. But what about you? Let me know your thoughts down below, along with your theories and inquiries, and I'll respond to them as soon as possible. Follow me on my social media links down below. But anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye-bye.